Hi there, my name's Ski Oakenfull and I'm a course developer and tutor here at Point Blank Online Music College. I also run my own label, Primordial Records, and over the years I've had releases on labels like BBE, Talking Loud, Ministry of Sound and Tronic Soul. So I'm here today to give you a little tutorial on Ableton Live, which is one of the subjects I teach here at the college. You can get loads more free content from the school's website, which is pointblankonline.net. Just go to the free courses section there. So, taking inspiration from Deep House Don, Jimpster, I'm going to combine three of the great Ableton MIDI devices to create an arpeggiated chord pattern generator. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, so we're going to see how we can create an arpeggiated chord pattern generator. And you might be wondering what that is, so I'm going to play you an example. The example I've got is a Jimpster track. It's from one of his recent Freerange compilations. It's the first track. It's called Inside the Loop, and I've taken the section that's got this arpeggiated chord kind of sound and I've looped it up, and I'm going to play that to you now. So here it is. It's a great sound. It's kind of obviously got some delay, some reverb on. It's quite washy and it kind of rides over the rhythm. It's also going across the rhythm, so it's not starting on the one. I'll just give you another quick play of that now. So what I've done is I've also taken a beat from that track that's at the start. So I've just kind of looped that up and I've added another beat over the top as well. Just so we can see if we can get something, not exactly the same, but a similar kind of vibe to it. So the first thing I'm going to do is drag over a sound so we can establish kind of what key we're in. So I'm going to do that now. This is one that I created earlier. It's on an analog. Here we go. I'm going to drag that over and listen to the sound. I'm also going to drag over this little virtual keyboard so you can see the notes that I'm playing. So I'm just going to play the original loop again. So just kind of using my ears, I can hear that this is in D minor. And we're using the pentatonic notes. If I play these notes over the top, they all kind of fit. I don't know what kind of combination of notes he's using, but I wonder if we can create a similar kind of vibe, but using some of the devices in Ableton. Ableton's got some brilliant MIDI effects which we can use, and I'm going to use three of them. One is the arpeggiator, one is the chord device, and one is the scale device. So the first thing we're going to do is get the chord device, and I'm going to drag that before my sound here. I want to just create a minor chord, a minor triad, and a minor triad is D, F and A, these three notes. So I'm going to create that with the chord device. We're going to go from the D, we're going to go up 3 semitones, 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do that now, and then we're going to go up 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can see that if I just hit one note now, we're having a whole chord sounding. Now that's really cool, but if we go up the scale, we can see that there's some kind of undesirable notes there, notes that aren't actually in the scale of D minor. So we can sort that out by dragging the scale device afterwards. If we set this scale to be D minor, it will basically eliminate all the notes that aren't in D minor. So I'm actually going to drag over one of the presets. I'm just going to delete this and drag over C minor. And I'm going to set the bass to D. There we go. It's much better. Now there's one note here that's not quite right, so I'm just going to swap that up. That's sounding a bit better now. Let's play it with a beat. Still pretty raw, but I think that's working quite well. Now, what would be really good is if we can actually get the arpeggiator to play this for us. So let's drag the arpeggiator over. Okay, and I'm going to put that before the chord device. Okay, so we've got it here. If we hold down one note, if we hold down 3 notes, let's just play the beat now. So you can see that it's good, but it's not going across the beat like this Jimpster track was. So we can sort that out as well. If we hit the sync button here, it will mean that the actual arpeggio will start from the exact point you actually hit the keyboard. So let's... obviously that's too fast. So that's really cool, but it's kind of going at the wrong time, and you've seen it now that rather than dealing in eighths and quarter notes, we're actually dealing in milliseconds. So we need to find what's the correct time to put in that, the correct rate. So there's some great little apps and websites that can do that for us. The main thing we have to work out is, we have to know is the tempo, which is 122. So I'm just going to go to this website here. Just going to get the keyboard out of the way. And we can just put in the tempo, which I've already got, 122, and calculate. And then it will then give us the actual time milliseconds that we need to put in. So I can see that an eighth note here is 245.902. So let's round that up to 246. Let's put the keyboard back. Okay, I'm just going to type that in, 246. There we go. So if we now play the beat, so that's getting a little bit better, closer to what we want to get. What now would be really cool is that rather than having to hold down all these notes, maybe putting a chord device before the arpeggiator, which would kind of hold those notes down for us. So I'm going to grab the chord device and I'm going to drag that before the arpeggiator. And the notes that I was playing were basically the notes in the pentatonic scale, the D, E, F, G, A and C. So let's put those notes in. We've got our root note, which is the D. We're then going to go up 2 semitones, which is that E. Then the F is 3 semitones. And the G is 5 semitones. And then the A is 7 semitones. And then we've got this C up here, which is 10 semitones. So if I now just hold this root note down, the D, I actually got one note wrong here, which is this one. It's a +4. It should be +5. And we can actually make that go up another octave as well, just by adjusting this steps parameter here. And we can even do it another one as well. Cool, so literally just by holding down one note, we're getting this really nice effect. So let's maybe try recording something in. I'm going to put the record quantization on, just so that it's going to lock really nicely with the groove. Here we go. So just opening it up now, I can see that it's automatically quantized. Okay, so now let's add some effects and spice it up a little bit. Let's start off with a ping pong delay. And maybe let's widen it with some chorus. And it works really nice if we modulate the cutoff frequency on this analog here. So maybe let's try adding some other parts to that. I'm just going to put that down. Let's try a little pad sound going over the top. And then going back to this arpeggio sound. I hope you enjoyed that. There's loads more free content on the Point Blank website, so go and check that out, and I'll catch you again very soon.